So you'll want to start investing. And if you're a teenager or someone who is decently young, it is the perfect time to start today. And yes, I have heard about that virus looming out there. I can't speak of it or else I'll probably get in trouble, but I have heard about the virus. But if you're young, it's still a very good time to start investing. I remember when I started trying to invest a few years back, and it was a nightmare. I didn't know a lot of the words on the brokerage sites, and I felt like I was kind of aimlessly just looking for what to do. So that's where I come in. Hopefully I can help you to make the transition a little bit easier, make the process a little smoother, and get you going investing right away, because these years are very valuable and they can help you a lot in the long run. Investments almost hold a language of their own, and I don't think that anyone who's just starting to look into brokerage accounts is fully prepared to know exactly what they're doing with their investments. And I think that's something that isn't talked about as much as it should be. There are videos out there, but I'm here to help because I know I was extremely confused when I started investing. If you're young and start investing today, you'll be able to brag to all your friends about how much smarter you are than them. And that's really why we invest in the first place, right? Just to brag to our friends, correct? Before we get started, I do need to clarify, I'm not a certified financial planner. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just something I'm passionate about and something I've learned throughout the years. So again, take my advice with a grain of salt and go and do your own research and make the best financial decision for yourself, because that's really all you can do. Nobody on the line is going to be able to give you a perfect plan for you. If nothing else, this is just a good opportunity for me to show my past self how much I've learned in a few years, right? Yeah, you idiot. You look the same as me now. Nothing's changed. Okay, wow. If this video does help you out at all, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. That'll help my channel out a lot to kind of grow the community. I think we really could have something here. So get on the bandwagon now before we get running. What I think is best for anyone who is young and trying to start investing today is to get in the right mindset first. Many people who start wanting to trade see something online about a get rich quick scheme. Oh, if you invest in these day trades and these options right now, you will become rich fast, which I don't want to say it's not possible. There are people out there who have found wealth through day trading, penny stock trading, all of that, but they are anomalies. They are not the rule. And unfortunately, the average investor does not achieve this goal. In fact, in a new study out of Berkeley, California, they found that about 80% of active traders lost money and only 1% of them could be called predictably profitable. Unfortunately, I don't think I have to tell you guys this, but those are horrendous numbers. And for most traders out there, you want to be able to get rich successfully. What I want to implant in your guys' brain is the idea of buying and holding. Warren Buffett once even said that someone's sitting in the shade right now because someone once planted a tree a long time ago, or something along those lines. See what I did there with the whole implant? Okay, not bad. Leave a like, maybe, I don't know. In this case, the seed is your investment today, and hopefully one day you'll be able to have a tree made of money, because regular trees are not that liquid of an asset. In all seriousness though, this quote does have a lot of implications in investing. I think it's a great mindset to go into with. So you might be wondering what your first investment should be as a newly found investor. And for most of you that are young out there or in your early 20s, I think that the good spot to start would be with an IRA account or an individual retirement account. This will allow you to put in money now, and it will grow tax-free or tax-deferred depending on what you do and which route you go. And you'll be able to take all this money out once you're 59 and a half and hopefully be in riches, be a complete millionaire. Now, there are generally two types of IRAs that people mainly talk about for individual investor, and that would be Roth IRA and traditional IRA. Now, they both have pros and cons to them. I'll run through it real quick. A traditional IRA, you're going to be putting in money now that has not been taxed. It's going to grow, possibly tax deferred, but you'll take taxes out of it when you withdraw it at 59 and a half or later. You can also not withdraw any of these funds up until this point. This can help you with leverage, as it can become a tax write-off or something that you can lower your tax bracket from. But for a lot of investors out there who are younger, I don't think this will be of much use when you're already in a low tax bracket or not making much income, like myself when I started investing. Rather, a Roth IRA will allow you to put in post-tax money now, which you're probably already in a low tax bracket, and that will grow tax-free until you take it out at 59 and a half, also tax-free. This will probably be the most effective strategy for any young investor out there. And the other nice thing about a Roth IRA is you can take out any of your contributions without any penalty before 59.5. Now, I want to clarify, you cannot take out any of your earnings, any of your interest earnings. That has to stay in the account. Or you can take it with a 10% penalty, I believe, but you will receive a penalty there. The contributions you can take out immediately, although I don't think that you can re-put them into the account. I don't think you can reinvest them into the account immediately. You have to wait. Now, because of these reasons, like I said, I do recommend a Roth IRA for a lot of young investors out there, unless you have a very uncommon situation. You want to know how to be a millionaire through just starting a Roth IRA today, because it's actually pretty simple. Take a look at these graphs that I have right here. If you contribute $2,000 today, which is a lot for some people, not a lot for others, starting at the age of 16 and then making a contribution of $5,000 yearly at an expected rate of return of 8%, by age 52, right around your 50s, you'll be able to take out of this account alone $1,042,000. You will be a millionaire from just this account at the age of 50, which is so important to start as young as you can, because most people can't. But you can start this at age 20 and still get it by a reasonable age. Let's go further down this rabbit hole and say that you let it sit a little longer past 52. Some people might not want to, but say you do. Say you're a big roller, you're trying to be a multi-millionaire. Do the same thing. Put in $2,000 today, starting at age 16, with $5,000 contributions yearly at an expected rate of return of 8%. And by age 65, if you took it out then, your Roth IRA account alone would have near $3 million. You would be a multi-millionaire oldie for just a small contribution. I want to make it clear that at this point, your contributions are $245,000, which might sound like a lot, but imagine that you are getting $3 million from this $245,000, which is an insane return. You have to remember that. That is insane. What you're seeing here is the power of compounding interest. Now, this is basically interest growing off of your already existing interest. It's a little confusing, but it really works magic. And the key with this is start as early as you can and hold as long as you can. It's buy and hold. And that's how you maximize the effectiveness of compounding interest. Now, you want to start a Roth IRA. Great, but what do you do? Well, first, you're going to need to find a brokerage account, which is basically going to be an account that you find online that you will be able to start an IRA with and put investments within. Because the IRA is not an investment itself. It's basically like a wallet that holds the investments you put in it. Now, there's a few different very effective brokerages that I think you can use. Here's just a few listed that are good. I would recommend Vanguard, which is what I use and I enjoy it, Charles Schwab, Fidelity, Betterment, and there are truly a lot of other ones that you can research, but these are the ones that I know more about, and they all work effectively. Like I said before, I use Vanguard, and I can give a few more recommendations here. If you're confused on what to do once you set up an account, what kind of funds to look for, I would recommend, if you're an aggressive investor that has time to ride out the market, I wouldn't recommend this if you're 50, 60. But if you're, teens, 20s, I would recommend something like a fund called VTSAX or VTFIAX. These are going to follow the market, and they're also going to lead to probably the highest growths with low expense ratios. Now, I believe that these accounts have a $3,000 contribution minimum. So if this is the case and you cannot reach that $3,000 of investment this time, which is the case for some people, what I would recommend doing is using a Vanguard Target Retirement Fund, which is very similar of a fund, and it's basically run by itself as you age. They're gonna shift more of your stocks to bonds and everything. It is a good fund, and the expense ratio is just slightly higher. So if you don't have the funds at this time to meet the $3,000 minimum, I would recommend a fund like this that suits you well. Now, the beauty of these investments is you can really start one today, and it doesn't take that much time or effort, and you can get it going and basically let it just sit there and grow by itself with automatic investments, which you can also turn on. Now, this is going to save you a lot of time and effort, which you will find later in life is one of the most valuable resources you have, and that will gain you a lot of your wealth in your age. This whole process will help you maximize your profits, and just out of this one Roth IRA account or traditional IRA account, you can become a millionaire. And that's not to mention all your other assets that you will hopefully have by age 60. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. It helps out the channel a lot, helps me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. And yeah, give me some video ideas down below. I will see you guys next time. Good luck investing.